shorter block with the flat head. That's going to get his compression up. But they got some pretty good ears on it. And yeah, it's looking good. I hear something running around there. What could it be? Let's find out. Boys are working on getting the little finishing touches on the Moline. They got to get it to charge. It wasn't charging when it came. Let's look at our wagon, see how things held up. Yep. It held up for one more year. Can you believe it? With that frame breaking and it falling down like that, I thought we were out of business. I was only half done, but welding this brace on there and a couple other braces here and there. We were able to get him finished, although I have to put a jack under this, a high lift jack every time, so that these paddles can go underneath of this brace. But we made it. Somebody asked if I would have to buy another silage wagon for next year. I said, buy? We'll come up with one somewhere, and if we got to spend a couple bucks, we will. Yeah, we made it through another year using the time-honored tradition on this farm known as pushing your luck. Whew, that's what we did this year, that's for sure. All the patching I had to do on here. But it's done. There'll be one more video coming up after this on probably Friday about showing some more footage of cutting with one of the poppin' Johnnies we have here. So at any rate, let's go see what we got going on elsewhere on the farm. We'll actually go in the shop. Some stuff in there we need to do. As you can see, we have everything ready to go back together on this G. And we had hoped to have it together by our fall pull, but we did not. we're going to make for darn sure that we have it together here in the next couple weeks. I'll try to show us putting it together. We got everything cleaned up and ready to go back. So just got to figure out which head is the best to put on. It's got a really high dollar head, but we're not thinking that's the one to go with. So probably going to put a cleaned up stock head on there that I just kind of cleaned up the ports a little bit. Anyway, I'll make a couple videos and show the progress as we're putting this together. We had it's got a pretty good high lift cam in it, one that we had reground, and some high ratio rocker arms. And whoever put it together before hadn't taken into consideration that it was lifting the valves a lot more, and it was hitting the top of the guides, the valve retainer. We're hitting some of these guides and bottoming out on them, putting terrible strain on the push rods and on everything. So we had cam, one of our cams that we had laying around here, ground, and let's see. Yeah. I had to make a shaft. I had to make a shaft for the governor. Yeah, this shaft was worn out, so I machined one out of a piece of cold rolled steel. Fix that up for him. And what else did I have to do? See, we polished the crank. It come out really nice. We didn't end up stroking it. It would have gotten into quite a bit of money for the gentleman. So we went with a lot of bore and compression, and I think we'll probably hook it up to the dyno and see what it's putting out and get it tuned in when we're done. But it is, after all, the stock class is going to be pulling in. So now we're using a shorter block with the flat head. That's going to get its compression up pretty good. And then since we're using a shorter block, I'm going to have to shorten up these push rods. I guess they're straight. Some of them are probably had a little bit of a bend in them, but I got to shorten them up somewhat. And we're getting everything all lined up and ready to put back together. I know he's watching this and he's anxious to get it, so we'll get it for you as soon as we can, John. We take a look at my corn that I planted in, well, the last week in June, late in the last week of June, and it's drying down. I think it's going to be ready to pick here in a few weeks. I want to let the kernels get as dry as they can. The ears dry down much as possible. But they got some pretty good ears on it, and yeah, looking good, looking real good. Hey, Snoop. Snoop came out to see what was happening. Yeah, Which the farther you go in the field, it doesn't look quite as dry, but the ears are drying down. It won't be too much longer. And you can see some of the ears have dropped down. So, yeah, here's a red one. Good. Anyway, but yeah, no worries about whether it'll dry down enough to get picked and put in the crib and be all right. I don't think it's going to be an issue. This is the I guess it's going to head into the second week of October, but it'll be the first full week in October. So yeah, it's not looking bad at all. Not looking bad at all. Yep. I'll take you down there and show you some of our special corn. I was down there earlier because I cut around the edges of that couple of patches for silage, but it's looking really good. So I'll show you that if I don't get a chance in this video, the next one. They did some work on the steering. It was leaking, and they rebuilt the steering pump. Is why he's test driving it and steering it all around, I guess. MLP gas, Moline, sound cool, but the exhaust still stinks on them. Running that propane, it stinks terrible. Six plow tractor. They had a 500 and I think it was a 501 cubic inch engine, not a 504. I don't know how much propane it would burn when you were plowing, but I can't imagine that it's super fuel efficient. But anyway. Walk down here and check my last little bit of sugar corn. Well, I actually have one more patch, but I doubt if it's going to amount to anything. My little sugar corn patch, it's only about 4 feet tall, but it's got full-size ears on it, and we've been eating them. They've been good. But come down to check on my tobacco. Now I can show you what suckers are. Here's some suckers that came along. they come out and grow after you break the tops out. These things here, you can let them continue to grow and they'll make another top, like that one has a top. Even though I didn't break this top out, this one has chock full of suckers also. Seems kind of crazy, but see, I left this flower head on there so that see, these hold seeds. I don't know how many seeds, 1,000 seeds in there, I don't know. These are the seed pods. I wanted to let that mature so we could get seeds from it. So, but anyway, yeah, this is ready to cut. Maybe tomorrow I'll cut it. You can see that it's yellowing up, and yeah, it'll be nice. Break all these suckers out. See how the top leaves have filled out so much since we broke the tops out? They really grown and matured. Yeah, they've got some nice leaves up there. Yep. They'll cure out nice. Whoop, that one broke off. We can just hang that one up in the kitchen. But anyhow, let me check on my sugar corn for supper tonight. And then I'll see you fellas later. Got a big video coming up Friday, so keep your eye peeled for that. At least it's supposed to be coming up Friday. Cutting silage with the 620. So anyway, just give you a little heads up about it. Yep. See how short this corn is? Tiny corn, but it's got some decent ears on it. This end isn't as mature as that end. But we'll catch you guys later. See ya.